So, hello everyone. I'm going to be talking today about a story that I saw in a in one of the Facebook groups, and specifically, it's about um, players who commit a crime, and then how should the resolution be for the DM to deal with these players. And my solution, my idea for it, was to spread rumors. And for me, the best way to do this is through the 4 steps. And so essentially, I'm going to explain what the 4 steps are and why I believe the 4 steps are important for your players to recognize, and also for you as a DM to use as a tool against other aspects your players might bring into the game. So the first rule I want to talk about, and the first rumor we're going to talk about, is actually a two-parter. And it's actually your first 2 rules, your first 2 rumors. You want to spread truth about your players. For example, let's go with what the group message was. An individual had players as mercenaries who tried to steal a bunch of horses for themselves from someone who owned horses. In the process, they killed one of the horses and then brazenly took those horses into town in order to get supplies. Now, this DM, was very unsure of what he was going to do with his players. Did he prosecute them, but then thus not make it quote-unquote fun? Or do you let them do it, but in the process lose the realism that you can commit a crime and get away with it in a fantasy setting where the law is of most importance in these communities? So, what do? My suggestion is you start rumors. And so the first 2 rumors you want to start out with are this. Each character has 2 rumors about them. Each player character has 2 rumors about them that are true about them. Truth can change everything about how your players interact with the world. If I said that I had a druid and I heard a rumor that was spreading about me, amongst other things, that said this guy knows druidic magic, I'd be a little worried, because people know my abilities. They know of my power, and they know of what I can do. So I would have to hide I'd have to sorry, my voice goes up like that. I would like to hide my druidic abilities in order to fit into society and not be the prey that I am. The second rumor I would start is something that they do on a regular basis in your games, and you bring it up. For example, let's say I'm a druid and I regularly change into a mountain lion and a wolf. Those are my 2 standbys. Or a hawk and a wolf. A land creature that does quite a bit of damage in combat, and a flying creature that I can use as a escape route or something like that. Or a rat or something like that. I turn into one of these 3 things. A rat, a wolf, and a hawk. And a rumor starts that this druidic person, whoever he is, regularly turns into either a wolf, a hawk, or a rat. And some are speculating that he might be a were-rat, or maybe a werewolf, or a were-avian, whatever that may be. Suddenly, 2 or 3 of my character's options on a regular basis for reliance are cast under the rug, and I have to be able to hide that as a player. So the first 2 rumors are true, but they destroy my ability to hide. So suddenly I can't turn into the falcon I rely on, the wolf I rely on, the rat I rely on, and people know I'm a druid. Maybe not by face, but by association with these other players I'm with. So what happens next? Well, my part 2 to this, other than the rumors, is that there's another group of adventurers, another group of mercenaries that are hired by someone even more powerful than the NPC who hired my players, or these players, and they're hunting them because it turns out that the people that my players are trying to find are themselves. And the rumors they hear about these people are the rumors that fit them. And then here come the censures. These are the two final rumors that your players will hear about each of their characters. The third thing that you have to use as a trope or as a catch-all against your players is something so utterly false about them that they have to rethink their strategies. What is it? Simple. A rumor starts that where they are hiding or where they're going is one town, one step of a town, aka for where they are headed, the place they are rumored to being is one road or one within range of where they are, beyond where they're actually headed, beyond where they're actually trying to go. Not before they're going somewhere, but longer, but connected to them. So not like if you're going north, not a town that's way to the east and higher up, but if you're going north, another town even further north but on the same road is where they're headed. So what does that mean? Suddenly your players are, wait a minute, we're headed that way. There's only that way. That's the only way we can go. But we're not going the full way up. But the people following us might be going through the place we're going to be at. Suddenly they have to find a way to hide themselves in their own hideout. And suddenly their path and they're getting the sense that they are being hunted. And they have an opportunity to hide from their hunters in a way that is very much like in Predator, where Arnold Schwarzenegger covers himself in mud to hide from the predator. That you have to not be seen, but in plain sight. The fourth rumor that you have to worry about is also a falsehood. But it is a falsehood that changes how the world perceives people. Rumors generally go through people like wildfire. The setting in which you're in can affect how it is. If you're in a world where demons are a regular thing and there's a rumor that they're attributed to demons, it's going to be spread like wildfire. If they're in a world where they're considered to be witchcraft or heresy, it's going to spread like wildfire for the God Emperor. If there is a general kind of feeling that the place they're going to is a bad place, that I might also add to the rumor. But the fourth one you always want to add is that you add a crime that's worse than what they committed or exaggerated. For example, these guys, when they tried to steal these horses, they killed one horse. Alright? Let's say the fourth rumor is, oh, they killed like 5 horses, they took the horses they wanted, and the nobleman they took them from, he's dead. Or the farmer, he's dead. He's dead. Someone killed him. That sets up 2 things for your players. Number 1, I will briefly mention is, who killed the farmer? Because they clearly didn't, somebody did. The second thing is, suddenly they're more evil in what their actions were than they actually committed. They committed a crime and they're going to feel it. Not based on the thing they did, but what people presume they did. If you hear a news story and say, oh, this person, they did this thing, and this thing, but it's pretty mediocre. I mean, like, okay, they shoplifted an item, let's say from a store. I mean, shoplifting is a crime, but nothing compared to, let's say, killing 3 people and then shoplifting an item. If you heard that somebody shoplifted an item after killing people, whether or not it was true, you're going to feel worse about that person, or you're going to feel more hatred about that person than you did if they had simply said, oh, they only shoplifted like a box of cereal. Not in comparison, not as bad as, like killing 3 people and then stealing a box of cereal. You're going to think they're more psychotic, they're more evil, vengeful, dark, depressing, something or other. Suddenly your players are put in a position where these 4 rumors, something about their class, something about that they rely on, something about where they're going, and something about who they are now that they've committed a crime, is going to change absolutely everything about how your players interact with the world. Their attempt to be stealthy and just get some horses instead of going through it the regular way, aka, hey, we'd like to buy these horses from you, or we would like to trade with these horses for you, or we'd like to do a mission for you if you'd like to give us these horses, and we'll do this mission for a certain amount of income or for pro bono with horses as the payment. Instead, they want to steal them, they kill a horse, and then they try to play it off like nothing's going to happen. I think that this puts them in a scenario where suddenly their crime is much worse than they expected. And they have to fight the most powerful thing in the world, especially in a fantasy setting, which is belief. People believe the gods can do anything in the world. The people believe that the gods have some part in the world. And now they believe that these people committed a crime based on hearsay. And suddenly this whole thing changes. Suddenly your players are in a scenario where they're no longer the carefree murder hobo trope, and suddenly they are the murder hobo. They are the thing they're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid being the player character who says, I'm just going to kill everything. Take their stuff. Suddenly they are believed to be the guy that steals everything and takes your stuff and kills everything and takes your stuff. They're going to believe that. And suddenly you have players fearing for their characters' lives. But then, of course, there's a web of lies. And for every web, there's a spider. A spider who knits it and creates it. And so suddenly you have your players wondering, who hired them? Who hired the people trying to kill us? If we killed that guy, is their contract annulled? Can we reason with the people hunting us? Can we even fight the people hunting us? This expands your world indefinitely. Even if their crime is stealing, if someone finds out that all they did was steal, they still committed a crime. They still murdered a horse, that kind of thing. So they should be felt, do we accept being the hunted? Or do we accept the punishment or the discipline for our actions? And this is where you get into, are my players heroes or villains? Because at this point you have to ask, do they run because there is a crime they haven't committed but they feel they need to run? Or do they give themselves in and try to convince people in a way, let's say they'll try with magic but it fails. Maybe they're hunted by someone or given a trial by someone who knows of their magic worth because of the rumors. There's a druid in their party. We must have someone who can prevent magic in here to protect us and giving us a fair trial. You see where I'm going? So I see this as an opportunity for players to be challenged, to be given a chance to fight back, or to defend themselves, or to run. And either of these 3 options gives you great role-playing opportunities, and I thank you guys for listening. And I'm probably going to make some more of these if you guys want. It's all up for you guys to decide. It is under my old Ask Hemingway YouTube channel, but I'm sorry to say that Ask Hemingway persona was an experiment that didn't go as planned, and I'm probably just going to keep this as where I put my music and as well as my role-playing stuff. So, thank you guys for listening. I look forward to doing more of these in the future if you guys want. Thank you.